namak jata hai. One thing that unites that entire target audience. Okay? Turn your weakness into your strength. I don't have money to buy weapons or to fight, therefore my weapon is ahimsa. Okay? In terms of slogan, 2 words. Bharat Chodo. Yeah? Quit India. Nothing else. And the same consistency and practice. And wherever he went, he would talk. And if you look at all these people also, they never change. Whatever they have got, they hang on to that. Okay? Even in Hindi movies, they say, there are 3 Ds, dance, drama and dialogue. Okay? Amitabh Bachchan, known for his voice, they changed it once. It was a disaster. Okay? I'm using slightly old examples. I mean, Devanand would never waste his time trying to be an action hero. Never. Okay? Dilip Kumar would not do a lot of things, Rajendra Kumar apparently refused a role because he was supposed to kill his brother or something. He said, no, this is not me. Rajendra Kumar cannot do that on screen. Yeah. So once you made that positioning, once you have that, you just never leave it. And even in these guys, I mean, look at, do they change their dress? Do they change anything? Steve Jobs, every presentation, same clothes or similar clothes. Yeah. So these guys know how to manage perceptions. We sit over here and talk about, realities and this, but they'll have 2 words somewhere and it takes care of a lot of things. I'm not supporting them, and of course I'm using these individuals as examples, nothing against them, for them, etc. Yeah. But there's a lot to be learned from them. Yeah. Okay, that's about it. Have I answered some of the questions that were raised initially? Yes, sir.
Hi, good morning. Very nice presentation to start with. What I would say is building a brand takes a lot of time. All the brands that we recognize this morning have been around for more than 10 years. Or more, at least. So now most people from Nagpur, barring those who are working for MNCs, come from SME segments. Now the question is branding affordable for them? Can they do without branding? Without branding. You talked about few other things apart from branding, like a logo, for example. It's easy to create a logo which people can remember. You showed other these IBM, public service things. Yeah, correct. But it's you can go ahead and do it. I think it's easier than branding is a very long process. My question is, for a SME segment entrepreneur, is it something he should go about it? Because his first goal is survival. So this is a dilemma I have, if you can answer. Thank you.
Can I answer this question?
agency, they will say, go for print ad, this, and nobody will sell the ideas. Like, where to get these ideas from?
Okay. That's the problem with advertising agencies. Okay. Most advertising agencies or the people are trained to push a creative idea. Okay. So my suggestion to you are that person should come and spend time with you. If you have a factory, he should spend time on the floor. If you have a shop, he should spend time at the counter. If you have a sales team, he should go out with them. Okay? And ideally be willing to, share the stake. That if you do well, maybe I earn this much. If you don't, I earn only this much. But most agencies, if you ask me, they are trained to just push a creative idea, and that too print, because they don't earn necessarily from giving you ideas. They earn from what is called a media commission. You release an ad, you get money from the newspaper. You release a television commercial, you get money from them. So that's their business model.
It is always biased. Whenever if you go to an agency who is giving television ads, they will always say that don't go for print ad. That's up to 10 feet.
Isn't that true for any business? I mean, I will promote whatever I am selling. But from your perspective, let's say from a consumer perspective or a customer perspective, I understand that, hey, I want a communication solution. Can you give me an idea which can make people, at least in my city, stand up and talk about it? They won't. So your search is, you will have to find such people. But I am sure there are people who will come up with such ideas. ऐसा नहीं है. I mean, good things still happen.
Basically, advertising agency and paper में ad देने वाला यही आज तक का perception है.
What is an agency? How did advertising the entire industry start? I mean, I'm talking of the normal, formal agency, though it's the second oldest profession in the world. Okay, but yeah, it is. I mean, it has to be. Even we talked of David Ogilvy. Somebody talked about David Ogilvy. I mean, he started by saying, okay, you give out your ad to newspapers, etc. Why don't you let me place it for you? Okay, so that you don't have to do that thing. And somewhere the 15% game started. Okay, so that's where the major earnings for a lot of agencies are going to come from. Okay, so if you are not a media spender, you don't make sense to them. You don't make business sense to them. And that holds true for big agencies, that holds true for a lot of small agencies, at least the ones who are into media selling, who are dealing with media. There are agencies who do not release work, so maybe your ideas can come from there. They'll only be concentrating on creative solutions, or some of them will be purely design-led, some of them could be marketing-led in the sense they'll come up with marketing solutions to your problems. Yes, sir.
So could you propose to me some best books on branding?
On branding? Book nahi padha. There's a lot of books by Al Rice and Jack Trout. Yeah. Al Rice and Jack Trout. And Jack Trout. That's on positioning. I'm a little challenged on that front, honestly speaking. No, because there's a book by Anand Halve, I don't remember its name. No, that's an Indian book, and he's was working with enterprise, and he's an ex-IM chap. It's written very simply. If you could connect later, I could tell you what the book is. It's very interesting because it gives a practical way of looking at the process of building brands. Unfortunately, a lot of the books that are going to be out there will talk about big brands. It's like courses on entrepreneurship. There's always success that is being celebrated. We have very few failures that are referred to. If you're a failure, then you're not even there. But
there is an acute lack of organized knowledge on branding.
Organized
knowledge on the process of branding. If a person is without a brand, or if an organization is without a brand, I believe there is an acute shortage of knowledge how he has to methodically go in creating branding.
Yeah, see, like there are two ways about it. One is you do it yourself. That's going to be a time-consuming effort, because the initial stage would go about finding out who your customers are, understanding them, okay? Understanding the entire ecosystem as to who your competition is. What do people think about you currently, whether you are a novice or you are some years into the business, okay? And doing an audit of that, you will also know where do I go from here, okay? So that is one process. The other is to hire someone who will do it for you. Okay. Sure.
Sir, I have a factory in, basically it's a small scale industry. I'm into waste management. My current
You're saying you have a factory?
yeah, I'm into waste management.
Waste management.
Yeah,
Okay.
my current business doesn't require me to brand it or market it. My product itself gets sold. So the supply side constraints are less and demand is more, something like that. But what I am planning now is I'm planning to get into ERP solutions for similar industry.
Okay.
I'm planning an enterprise resource planning. So how to go about it, because that service will require a marketing thing. Apart from, we have an association on Facebook and social medias. So that is one thing which I have already started. Apart from them, which can be some any idea which can be effective.
How about, or you've already mentioned, your participation in local bodies and stuff like that with other related organizations?
Yes,
So, because you would be primarily in the B2B space.
correct.
Yeah. So, it's more about networking and associations at this stage, I guess.
Right. It's because I myself am not an engineer. I have hired few software guys, and I've set up a mini call center.
Okay.
And it's in development phase, research mode. And once it's developed, I'll post it on Facebook and all that stuff. But right now, something like I don't know. I have gone through teaser campaigns and all that.
Where all?
Huh?
Where all have you gone through teaser?
I mean, the bigger brands. I'm
Okay.
not talking about something. I'm the first mover in my industry.
Okay.
There's no one other guy. But the problem is people are not that aware. As in, सब लोग ऐसे है कि यार no one is ready to spend at least 20,000, 25,000 bucks for a software. यार क्या कर लूँगा इससे? I have a supervisor who monitors everything. ये.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to say them कि यार you'll get SMS alerts, you'll get daily updates. You no need to go to your factory every day.
Okay.
All that stuff. So I'm finding it difficult to.
So, is that,
Because I'm into manufacturing now. This is the first time I'm getting into some service. So I want your guidance on that.
I'm a little unclear. Is the challenge on branding or is it on selling?
Both.
Are you father and son?
No.
No, because typically what happens is you have a family-run business and the new generation comes in. Okay, father has worked for a number of years.
No.
No. I'll come to your question on building up a business, and the son, and thankfully his father could not have afforded him education, but they built this business, etc. Now this father A is able to impart good education to his son, so the son could go to another city, to even abroad, and come back now, and he's wiser than the dad because he's been exposed to all kinds of stuff. So there are invariably conflicts that happen over there, and most of them are in the branding area. They are, about how to brand the business, not to brand the business. So in your case, I have a feeling that you're not able to convince the clients that they have a need for it.
That's what. The selling is interlinked. As in, if I have a good branding or good marketing.
It is.
Exactly.
But the question to ask is, if somebody big is providing the same service, are they buying from them?
No.
They are not.
They are not.
So in that case, whoever is
it's a new
trying to sell
product.
those things
Yeah.
is not able to convince the customer that they need the product. So that we are getting into the we are getting into the area of selling, wherein you need to first identify what the problem this guy could be facing.
I haven't developed the product yet. It's in research phase. So what I am planning, what I have planned is, I have to put some idea first that I'll be coming up with something like this. So I have sent them some screenshots that this is what I'll be giving you.
I think I need to know a little more about
Okay, fine.
your thing, so
I'll
maybe
tell
I
you
can
in detail later.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Sir, you talked about uncovering the need of the customer. Can't we do it like through branding or something? Is there not any interchange between those things? You showed something,
Needs are met by products.
not by brand.
No, when that product does it successfully and people buy it again and again, it becomes a brand. I mean,
They already have a need. But what I am focusing on is uncovering.
not necessarily. So I mean, sometimes people know what they want. Mostly they don't. I mean, there are two contradictory statements. One is that the customer is the king, okay, or is God, and we must satisfy the needs. The other one is the consumer is a moron. They do not know what they want. Steve Jobs. I mean, if we went by that, we possibly wouldn't have automobiles also, yeah. We would have been happier with that horse cart.
So if there is a need, meet the need. If there is no need, create the need.
Yes, needs can also be created. So a lot of needs are latent. They are there, but we don't realize them. Okay. I mean, and unless we see something, we don't